Hey guys, it's Friday, so that means it's time for another fun fact, so let's fire it up. On Tuesday, I talked about some things you should look for when choosing a DAW. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about what I look for when I'm choosing a DAW. Now, I'm not going to mention anything from Tuesday's video, so if you want, you can go and watch that video. I'll put it in the YouTube cards, and I'll also put a link in the description. This is my personal, more in-depth list, which is tailored to me based on my experience and my production needs. So the first thing on my list is stock plugins. And what I mean by this is, what does the stock plugins in this DAW have to offer? Is there a decent arsenal of plugins? And do they meet all my production needs, my basic production needs? Can they get the job done, or do I find myself always reaching for a third-party plugin? Does the EQ have a spectrum analyzer? And is that a deal breaker if it doesn't? Does the compressor have a gain reduction readout? How are the stock reverbs and delays? Is there a phaser? Is there a flanger? Does it come with a stock multiband compressor? Is there a filter? Now, I don't need a lot of stock plugins. I just need good ones, good, useful ones. The stock plugins that I want or need may not all be there, but maybe the rest of the user experience in the DAW could pick up the slack for those plugins not being there. But these are some of the things that I'm looking at when I'm evaluating a new DAW as far as the stock plugins are concerned. Now, next up is audio processing. So features like offline processing of effects, audio quantizing, audio stretching, tempo detection. Not just having these features, but also how intuitive these features and functions are. How are they implemented? Because remember, they can have good features and some good ideas with these features, but if the features are poorly executed, this can now create a bad user experience. Next thing I look at is comping features. Now, for me, this is a real deal breaker, because comping, if done correctly, can result in the best organic performance, and it saves time. So for me, comping has to be there. Moving right along, we have organizational tools. Now, this is also a big one. Tools like color coding clips, tracks, and channels, being able to create some form of like a folder track where you can group tracks and then fold them away when you don't need to see them, to kind of keep everything neat and organized so I don't lose focus while I'm editing and or mixing. Also, I need a very simple and intuitive UI. So having simple things like drag and drop or search functionalities that can find assets like audio and plugins, instead of having to drill down through a massive plugin list trying to find something as simple as an EQ. These little UI features makes a big difference for me when working. So I definitely need that. The next thing I look for is a very free-flowing and flexible signal routing system, and one that's not a CPU or RAM hog. And last but definitely not least is a pitch correction system. Now for me, this is another big one. It is a deal breaker if this feature is not present. Whether it's some kind of Melodyne integration or some native pitch correction system built right into the DAW that is comparable to Melodyne. The Melodyne ARA integration is one of the best experiences I've had with pitch correction. It's amazing how they have integrated Melodyne into those DAWs that supports the ARA protocol. So that's the fun fact for this Friday, guys. That's what I look for in a DAW. So do your research and see what you need from your DAW. Thanks for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.